Hey you guys, it's Jordan here, and today I figured I would make this into a video as I overdrew some of the designs for characters that I just sketched up. They're not in any way supposed to be or look professional in any way. It's just something that I do whenever I want to draw to kind of practice my skills as far as making characters and armor and just drawing anything of that sort. So as you guys can see, I tried to make more of a female kind of character because I'm already really good at drawing like males and everything as far as armor sets and design and stuff like that. I practiced a little bit while I was younger, but as I got older I stopped drawing a little bit, so I'm kind of relearning everything that I kind of knew before. I don't know if you guys know what I mean, but if you draw yourself, you probably get what I'm trying to say. So in my last video, or my first video, I kind of introduced to you guys the fact that I'm going to be making, videos every now and then on this channel. And today I figured I would talk to you guys about drawing pads and how it feels once you get it, etc. Just some things that you might want to know when you're getting yours or while you have yours, and just kind of tell you guys my story of how I went along to learning how to draw. Even though these aren't probably like the best drawings in the world, I want you guys to see how much better I get over the course of time. So I hope you guys do enjoy these, by the way. But anyways, when you first get your tablet, you have to always keep in mind that like you won't be used to it, because I know like drawing on paper is really easy, but when it comes to drawing something on a tablet and seeing it on the computer, you can probably get used to it pretty fast. But for me, I definitely was not used to it. I knew how to draw, but like it will take some time to get used to it, and especially if you don't practice before you get the tablet, because I know I did not like drawing before I got my tablet personally. So you always want to make sure that you don't try to rush it, and always remember that your drawings are never going to be perfect, especially whenever you start your drawings. Art, I don't think art is ever perfect. It can always be improved and it can always be added on. Art is more of a something that you leave behind rather than finishing, in my opinion. Even though it may look amazing once you're done with it, you can always improve on whatever you draw. And that's just how I feel. So just never stress yourself out when you first get your tablet. You won't be the best artist, I'm telling you. You just make sure that you're having fun. Just try to draw something every now and then. Don't try to stress yourself out by trying to make something professional looking, because it probably won't happen. I'm not saying that it's impossible, but just make sure that you always think about how you're going to get better over time rather than just overnight. It could, because like as much as I want to get to being a really good artist, it won't happen overnight, and I really do know that. And honestly, I just feel like I'm doing something productive whenever I'm drawing in my spare time. One way that I really noticed that I do, and I did this like subconsciously, I didn't really like choose to do it, but something that I like to do now that really helps me as an artist is watching other people draw. And this is where I normally go to Twitch and look at the creative section and just go to digital art, digital illustration. I'm sorry guys, I'm not used to saying things like that at all, so I'm kind of new to this kind of art thing, and it's always been something that I've wanted to do. It's just something that I didn't want to waste materials on, like paper and stuff. It's just I hated the thought of like ripping a paper out and just throwing it away, and it just felt like I wasn't making any progress. Every time I'd mess up with the pencil so many times, the paper is all dirty now, and then you just throw it away, and then you'd have to start all over. But on here, you don't have to worry about that. So that's probably why I enjoy it so much, and I think that's something that you guys are going to enjoy as well. But back to what I was saying, you should always try to watch other artists, because you can learn a lot of things from them. You can ask them questions in their Twitch chat, and most of the time there aren't thousands of people watching those people, so it's really easy to communicate with them and maybe even get to know that person. And it's always good to be able to draw with friends. You never want to be doing this art by yourself. Even if you're listening to music for a little bit, eventually you will kind of feel lonely. So you always want to make sure that you have a friend that you're drawing with. Like you could be drawing one thing and the other person could be drawing something else, and you guys can probably just talk about games, art, whatever the case may be. Like the typical Skype call. You always want to make sure that there's someone there with you. You don't want to be just sitting here isolated drawing, you know. And I think that's another thing. Like, a lot of artists normally stream their drawings because there are a lot of people out there that have questions for these, and there's a lot of people that are entertained by it. So if you want to improve yourself a lot, I really do recommend going and checking out those Twitch streams. I have a couple of favorites myself, and I'm pretty sure there's some out there that fit your taste that you can learn a lot of things from. And that's basically how I went about learning how to draw myself. Now, as far as coming up with ideas and not knowing how to draw, or not knowing what to draw specifically, I'd say just look for an inspiration. That's what I normally do. Like, if I know I want to draw characters, I look at my favorite games and try to take at least something as far as design, characteristics, traits, whatever the case may be. I try to look at those and get inspired off them. Like, some of my drawings are really samurai based, you know. As you can see, like, these two have the arm plates, you know, and everything like that. So like, I really like the idea of samurais. I like how they look as far as armor, and I just use them in my designs, you know. And that's basically what you want to do as well. You want to make sure that you have something that encourages you to try your own version of it, you know. I'm not saying copy it, but I'm just saying, like, look to things for inspiration. It can even be a streamer, you know. And yeah, so those are really all my tips as far as getting better with drawing. But now I'm going to explain, like, how to not go too far as far as drawing, like, every day. Because if you draw too much, it can get really repetitive. Like, you'll sit there sometimes for like at least an hour just not knowing what to draw. I'd say always make sure that you're in the mood before you get to drawing, because you'll just enjoy yourself more. It's like doing homework when you much rather be outside playing with friends. You know, you're not going to be really paying attention to the questions and what's presented to you. But if you do it when you're thinking about your grade and your future and stuff, you're way more encouraged to try your hardest, and you're gonna get, well, in most cases, a better product or grade out of it. So you always want to make sure that you're naturally feeling the need or want to draw. You know, you don't want to be doing it as if it were a homework assignment while you want to go play outside. So never force yourself to draw. Just make sure it comes to you naturally. And whenever it does, take that moment and go draw, because if it goes away, you'll probably be waiting till the next day or God knows how long, you know. So that's another tip, you know. I really, most of these are actually just coming from the top of my head, because these are things that I really want you guys to know. And if you're even watching this video to this point, I really do appreciate that alone, you know. Whether or not you were listening, at least you probably picked up one thing that you didn't know before. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the rest of this video for you guys to watch, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in my next video. Tyro's out. Peace.